Socrates once said, an unexamined life is not worth living. Good afternoon, affectionate Toastmasters and amicable guests. I am Toastmaster Shaborni and I am the Sergeant at Arms for the afternoon. I welcome you all to the 128th meeting of VirtuoMasters Toastmasters Club. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you. To have a smooth meeting, we have some ground rules. Please put yourself on mute when you are not speaking. Do not write anything inappropriate in the chat box. If your video is on, make sure you sit in a proper upright position. We do not talk about sex, religion, or politics in a derogatory manner. I would request you to kindly put your phone on silent mode so that you don't get distracted during the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, VirtuoMasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our club is to provide a supportive and positive learning environment in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, I would like to hand over the podium to someone who is magnanimous in his thoughts, generous in his action, and gentle in his words. He is none other than the president of VirtuoMasters Toastmasters Club. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Anurag.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saborni, for such a wonderful introduction. Can we have a huge round of applause for our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Saborni? My dear friends, I welcome you all to the 128th meeting of VirtuoMasters Club, and I declare the meeting open with a small clap. I hope you all have gone through the minutes of the meeting of our previous meeting, that is 127th, and I guess no one has any kind of no one has any issues with my minutes of the meeting that was being published by the secretary. So I consider the minutes of the meeting passed. And moving ahead with our with my presidential address, firstly, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Shruti, our associate vice president public relations, Toastmaster Anupam, our secretary, Toastmaster Dr. Rupesh, our club member, and myself for completing the judges training program that was held the previous week. And of course, our division director as well, Toastmaster Krish. Next, I would also like to bring this point forward that our club members are taking roles in different clubs. That is, tomorrow, Toastmaster Shruti, that is our Associate Vice President Public Relations, will be playing the role of Toastmaster of the Day at Globetrotters Toastmaster Club from 10:15 a.m. And Toastmaster Abhijit, our Associate Vice President Public Relationship, will be playing the role of an evaluator at South Calcutta Toastmasters Club. I request you all to kindly attend the meeting and encourage and also take roles in other club meetings so that we all can learn and grow together. Lastly, another announcement that I have in place is that VirtuoMasters Club won the club level Design Viz Award in District 124. So a great congratulations to all the members present here. Friends, today we have a very special session, that is the Moments of Truth. And in this session, we kind of evaluate how the club has performed in the past 6 months. So your feedback is something that will help us improve where we have gone wrong, what we can do, and where we can improve upon. And for this, we have a very special guest with us. Before I invite him on the stage, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Division Director of Division J, Toastmaster Krishnesh. Thank you, Toastmaster Krish, for gracing us with your presence. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our Area Director of Area J1, Toastmaster Shashwat. Thank you, Toastmaster Shashwat, for being there with us. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Events Chair Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Panna. Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Panna, for joining us today. I see there are a few guests as well. And if I may, can I please take the introduction? Milind, are you a guest or are you a Toastmaster?
I am a Toastmaster. I am a member of the Universal Toastmasters Club.
Okay, that's great. How long have you been with the Uniworld?
About 6 months.
Okay, so it must have been a great learning experience. I hope today at the Moments of
Absolutely.
Truth, you get to know more about what VirtuoMasters does, and you are always,
Right.
always welcomed at VirtuoMasters Club.
Thank you.
Next, we also have uh, guest Jay in our club meeting. Can I ask guest Jay to please unmute himself and share a few words?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jay.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Jay, we can hear you.
Yes. So I am joining Virtual Master for third time this week. I
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you,
So
Jay.
I'm joining Masters for the third time this week, and then I really like Virtual Masters meeting because it involves a lot of fun and other creative activities. So I'm looking forward to more such meetings in Virtual Masters.
Thank you, Jay, for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful session today as well. You have an enriching experience. Next, I would also like to ask Jayati. Jayati, can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi everyone. Actually, this particular uh, link it was shared to me by DTM Panna Rashmi Rai. I am so thankful to her for that. What do I tell about myself? Well, nothing much. I am a mother, a Toastmaster, an entrepreneur, and I'm trying to make ends meet in life, I guess. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayati. And I think so that is not all. That is everything that one can imagine. Being an entrepreneur, being a mother, then being the president of Win Toastmasters Club as well. So thank you, Toastmaster Jayati, for gracing us with your presence. Now, with this, I would like to introduce a very special person. Who is he? First, let me tell a bit about him. He has retired from BHEL as a senior manager after 38 years of experience. That is, he retired in October 2017. He was in the heatings of ceramics department where he has his expertise, and he believes that his job is his hobby. In BHEL, he has led several energy saving projects, became an expert in heating of ceramic products, was awarded Best Productivity Project in 1988. He has filed for patent on heating of ceramics in the year 2014. He underwent training in productivity improvement, energy conservation, and effective management, environmental issues, and air quality monitoring. He was also deputed for Harvard's Manage Mentor training program and went through 13 different training modules. He has served in the production facilities, project development, materials management in the supply chain area, and scrap management. Now, this is what his professional achievements are. Let me tell you a bit about his contribution to Toastmasters fraternity. He joined Toastmasters fraternity back in 1997. This was the year when I was born. He took up the leadership roles at the club level in Toastmasters for 2 consecutive years at Bangalore Toastmasters Club in the year 2000. He has served as a president for 2 terms. He was also the charter president of Speech Studio Toastmasters Club and has served as president for 17 months in the year 2019-2020. Currently, he is the president of We Speak Toastmasters Club. Now, this is what he is currently. Let me tell you what he did and where, because of him, Toastmasters fraternity has come to such great heights. He was the chairman of the District Formation Committee for India and Sri Lanka. He was the first district governor for India and Sri Lanka in 2006. He was appointed the first regional advisor for South Asia in 2009. And he was the first brand ambassador for Toastmasters International in the year 2010. He has conducted many training programs at the district level, then covering India and Sri Lanka at the international level, and also in India for Toastmasters International. Today, he is a passionate trainer, mentor, conducted several training programs at the corporate and educational level, both schools and colleges, has trained more than 900 students in communication and leadership program called Fear to Fun, and trains teachers, students, and gives talk on parenting and communication in marriage. And post-retirement from Bhel, he is busy in various training programs, recently underwent a certificate course on family counseling therapy, a counselor for family and marriage issues. He has traveled over 10 different countries and 20 different states in India. And his strong belief is that people are good, circumstances make them different. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome distinguished Toastmaster Bosco Ibrahim to conduct our Moments of Truth session today. Can we have distinguished Toastmaster Bosco on the podium? Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Sir, you are on mute.
That is a habit. Thank you, Mr. President. A very good evening to all of you. I acknowledge the presence of your Division Director, Krish, your Area Director, Shashwat, and your President, Anurag Jain. Thank you, leaders, for your leadership. It is people like you that makes the organization continue to grow the way it was started way back in the early 2000s. Before I really start, I can only see 6 of you, and I would request all of you to kindly switch on your cameras so that I can see you. In case you get bored, I can make out, I can change the topic. Otherwise, I don't know if you're really enjoying what is happening during the meeting. One of the very important things that we are taught in Toastmasters is to maintain eye contact. How can I maintain eye contact when your screen is off? This is a question you will ask yourself and switch on the camera. Thank you for switching on your camera. Fellow Toastmasters, in our journey as members of any Toastmasters club, we are encouraged to experiment in presenting our speeches, get helpful, encouraging evaluations, take up meeting roles, serve as club officers. Do we really benefit from these exercises? Are we really going in the right direction the way it was supposed to be? Do our meetings seem as exciting as people tell us it is? Do we attend our meetings regularly? Are we pursuing and benefiting from the learning that Pathways has to offer? Just like we need to know ourselves, we also need to know how healthy our club is. As a senior citizen, I go to the doctor every year and get myself checked up. I check my blood, my urine, my x-rays are done, scans are done, pressure of my blood is checked. All these things are checked, and the doctor tells me these are areas which you are okay, and these are areas that you need to be careful about. Likewise, in Toastmasters, we have what we call as the moments of truth. We are encouraged to introspect, discover possibilities, and implement findings. For Toastmasters, as a club, you want every new and prospective member's initial reaction with a club to be a very positive one. The moment somebody comes and says, I enjoyed being a part of your club. These decisive times when initial impressions are formed are known as moments of truth. The moments of truth is your guide to delivering quality service and outstanding member experiences. It is a tool that enables sustained club quality through guided evaluation and targeted recommendations. A high quality club, fellow Toastmasters, encourages and celebrates members' achievements, provides supportive and a fun environment. I heard somebody just say, I like the fun that you have in your meetings. Excellent. It also offers a professionally organized meeting with variety. Officers are trained, members are trained in all aspects of club quality to ensure that each and every one of us have access to a formal mentoring program. We are provided with the evaluations that all of us get. And one of the very important point to note, my dear friends, is when clubs successfully exemplify the moments of truth, members are ensured a safe, supportive environment in which to achieve their goals. Now, when anyone comes in contact with any aspect of Toastmasters, the person forms an impression based on his or her experience at that particular time. Clubs must remain cognizant of these crucial, decisive times and ensure that every experience with Toastmasters is a positive one. So what we are going to do this evening is go through some very critical moments of truth in which the clubs have an opportunity to create positive impressions. So let's look at what exactly we have. I will share my screen. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Slideshow from. Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Are we ready for the presentation?
Yes, sir, we
Okay.
are ready.
Okay, thank you. A moment of truth is an episode where a person comes in contact with any aspect of the Toastmasters experience and forms an impression of a club's quality and service. So these are all very self-explanatory. We don't need to really go into the depth of it. However, if you have any doubts or questions, you are free to stop me and ask me at any time. Okay? So there are 6 very important aspects of the impressions that we have on us. As a member who joins the club, what are the first impressions that we give? What is the member orientation that we have for new members? Is there fellowship, variety, and communication in the club? Do we plan our program and meeting well? Do we really have the strength of the members with us? Do we recognize the club's performance, achievements, members' performance and achievements? These are the areas that we will be going through. So for each of these moments of truth, after I finish the slide, your president will be sharing with you a link where you will give your opinion to ensure that the club gets some information, and based on that information, we take some sort of action. So what are the first impressions? Our guests greeted warmly and introduced to officers and members. Hello there, welcome to our club, like your president just said, welcome the guests. Are you doing it warmly all the time? Do you feel it is important that you introduce the officers to the members? Now, many of the things that I will be speaking now is designed for what we call as offline meeting, but it can be extrapolated to the online meetings too. Do we have a guest book and name tags provided? Here we would expect the vice president membership to send a message on the chat saying that guests are requested to kindly give me your contact number so I will get in touch with you. Is our meeting room arranged professionally if you are meeting online or if you have the hybrid meeting? Do you allow guests to address the club at the end of the meeting? As a habit, do you invite the clubs publicly in the meeting? Why don't you join us now that you've seen what we are? Type of impressions do we create in our new prospective members? So this is the first impressions. Now I would request that the link for the first impressions be shared with the members, and we will take maybe 3 minutes for each of you to fill up the forms. Are we ready for it? Yes, Mr.
Yes.
President has
So
already shared. Yeah, go ahead.
5 being the best and 1 being the worst. Please read before you submit your opinion, feedback.
You can give me an indication when it is done, your timing.
Yes, sure. So I have received 17 responses. Anybody yet to respond? We have 18 members in the house, so I think we are good to go.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you. So let's go to the next point, and that is membership orientation. When new members join, do we have a formal induction of members? That's what we call the induction ceremony. Is it done with a lot of energy? In live meetings, we present them a club member pin. If it is there, fine. Do we assign mentors to new members, or do we assign mentors to members whose mentors have left the club? Do we discuss with new members and regular members education programs and recognition system that exists in a Toastmasters club? Are members' learning needs assessed? What is it exactly that a member needs is to be assessed by the club leadership. Now, there are situations where we have members with whom we call special abilities or disabilities. Do we discuss their requirements? Are we assigning speaking roles regularly, or are we asking the members to volunteer to speak? Are all members involved in club activities? We have what is called as active and inactive type of members. Do we have all members who are active? On these areas, fellow Toastmasters, being members of this club and being very conscious of the fact that you need to get the best out of what is happening in a club, kindly answer the next survey form that comes to you. Yes, Mr. President.
The form has been circulated. Please vote. Team, I have received 14 responses. Can I have a few more, please? Team minutes are over, but I have still received only 14 responses. So if anyone is left to vote, please do so.
Yeah, it's a humble request that all members give your impressions. Very important for your club. Shall we?
Yeah, I have just received 15. I think so. We are good to go.
Okay. So let's go to the third moment of truth, and that is fellowship, variety, and communication. You see, when we are starting our meeting, we find members joining one by one. So that warm welcome, good evening, welcome so-and-so, welcome so-and-so, welcome so-and-so, is something that we look at as a very important aspect to make members as well as guests feel welcome at the meeting. Do our meetings sound to be enjoyable, or is it a burden to be a part of the meeting? Do we have very good educational meetings like we are having now? Okay. As members of the club, we are very serious about what we have to learn, but do we have social events like get-togethers in our club? In our club, what we do is the installation ceremony is a social event. The social event starts after the official event of installation, and then we have a lot of fun. Do members participate in the area, district, and international events that happen? How many of your club members attended the international convention and watched the World Champion of Public Speaking event? Do you have inter-club events? Do you have club buddies? Do you have joint meetings? Does your club release a newsletter? Do you have a website which needs to be updated regularly? These are the 6 points that comes on this. So you could give your opinion about how your club stands, where it stands in these matters. Go ahead, please.
So I've received 15 responses.
Mhm.
Anyone? 15, 1 5. 15 responses. Yes, now it's 16. So if anybody else is left to vote, please do so. Else we can move ahead.
Yes, please. We come next to the program planning and meeting organization. Our regular weekly meeting, how well is it planned? Is it a last minute hodgepodge, or is it something that you are able to relieve by Wednesday itself and say, our meeting is scheduled as this, these are the assignees, this is what's going to happen? Do you fix your agenda early and publicize to the members? Are all members prepared to carry out all the programs assignments that is given to them? Do we have only pathway projects, or do we have somebody else speaking on other issues? Educational programs are different, pathways are different. So if you have anybody presenting a speech which is not a part of pathways, then it's a question to be asked. Do we start and end on time? And are our table topic sessions really creative? Do we get positive and helpful evaluations? Do we give positive and helpful evaluations? Go ahead, please.
Anurag, can you please share the link? I got dropped.
Yes,
For this
I'll
program
again
planning.
share the link.
Yeah, program planning and meeting organization. Can you please share the link?
So the link has been circulated again.
Yeah, Anurag, thanks. Filled up.
Yes, we have received 16 responses as well. So
Okay.
I think we good.
Okay. So we come to the next area, and that is with regards to our membership strength. A club necessarily needs to have 20 or more. What is our club strength? Do we have 20 members, or are we falling short at times? Are we retaining all our members who are part of our club, or are we losing members? What is the type of promotion we do for our clubs, organization, or in the community? Supposing you are in a software company and you are expected to publicize or promote your club, or in your community, if you're living in flats, do you do it there? Do you have club programs that are varied and exciting? Is there a feeling that, yeah, today I want to be in Toastmasters because the meeting is exciting? We have a lot of new members joining us. So do we recognize the members who bring in new members? They are what we call as the sponsors. Do we have regular membership building programs? Membership building programs can be something like Speechcraft, or going somewhere and speaking about Toastmasters, giving publicity in different areas. So members being very important in a club, do we give the importance to ensure that we retain sufficient number of members in our club? Let's see what you have as an answer. Are we done?
I've received 12 responses. Maybe we can wait for a few more.
Yeah.
Okay, I've received 13 responses. Anybody left to vote? or
Okay. We'll go ahead.
I think Satyadeep Da again dropped out. Satyadeep Da, did you vote? Okay. There must be some network issue.
Okay.
We can move it.
Okay. So we now come to the achievement and recognition at the club. Members finish their levels, they finish their pass. Are we sending the applications immediately to world headquarters? Because it's very important for the member to get recognized. Do we maintain a progress chart of members? Which project each member has completed, what is the target for each member? Sometimes when members achieve a path or when they finished some of the levels, do we recognize them with a ceremony, meaning do we applaud on an online meeting? Some clubs also send mementos to the members. When you have members coming into your club, you have club members, district officers, international leaders coming into your club. Do you formally recognize them like it was done by your president today? Have you used the Distinguished Club Program manual for planning and recognition? Every club has got what we call as the club success plan. Under the club success plan, you have the Distinguished Club Program where you are encouraged to achieve 10 out of 10 goals. Are you using the DCP in your club? So these are the questions. Are we done?
No, we have just received 9 responses.
Okay.
Team, I have received 13 responses. Can we get 2 more at least if you have not voted?
We are running short of time also.
Yes, can we do it a bit fast? So I've received 14 responses. I think we can go ahead. Those who have not voted, they will vote in.
Okay, so Mr. President, I have gone through a presentation where it talks about the 6 areas where we look at the moments of truth. With the survey forms that were released by you, will you be able to release the findings of each of these 6?
Yeah, so I'll share my screen.
Please.
So can you please stop the sharing on your end?
Yes, sorry.
No worries. Just a second.
Thank you, those of you who switched on your camera.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
This is the first one, the first impressions
Can
where
you,
we receive.
are you able to increase the font size?
Can you
Yes.
see it now?
Yes, yes, yes. So the very first response is guest greeted warmly and introduced to officer members. You have 76% of the members saying that yes, it is done well. So you still have a 25% chance of improvement in this area. So what you need to do is, what exactly is missing? Is there something that you feel is missing? For those of you who gave 4 and one person has given 2. If it is personal experience, then that is something you have to share with the leadership of the club. Okay. If there is something really serious on this, please ensure that it needs to be removed. But since 75% feel it is okay, I think we can go to the next. Guest book and name tags provided. Since we are meeting, are you meeting online regularly, right?
Yes, we meet online regularly.
Okay, since already members who join the meeting, their names are already there. What would be very important here is to note that there is a very wide spread. Only 35% people are fully satisfied about this. So what we could do is, at the meeting, when guests come, send them a chat message saying that welcome to the club. Kindly give us your contact number for us to get in touch with you. Okay. You think that can be done?
So this is a practice that we usually follow. We have a guest group as well where we add these members.
So
Now,
then
can I ask
yeah.
some other member to please speak who has voted for less than 5? You know, especially who has voted 1 or 2.
Yeah, if you have some apprehensions of this, this is the time you bring it out so that we will address the situation.
If I might
Yes, yes,
speak
please.
over here. Actually, these questions are more suited for.
Your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Actually, these questions are more suited to offline meetings. So some new members
May have, yes.
yeah, might have got, you know,
Possibly.
about the questions of it. That's what.
Since it is widespread, okay, I think we can look at this as an important aspect. VP membership, connecting with the guests at the meeting on chat, asking for a contact number or sending your number to the guest saying, please contact me on so and so number. Either way, it works. But if you send your number, you don't have any choice. It's dependent on the guest to call you. But if you have the guest number, you may be able to call, right? Yes, sir. We will go to the next one, please. Professionally arranged meeting room. Since we are online, I don't see any challenge. One of the things that some people suggest is all of us have a common background, which has the name of the club, which has Toastmasters logo on it. I think some of you already have what you have as a yellow background. Maybe you have to look at whether that background is the right background for Toastmasters. You will get it on the website. So since 70% of the members are with you, I think you can go ahead, move to the next. Convenient meeting location. Since it's online, there is no second thoughts about it. Let's go to the next. Guests invited to address the club. There are 5 members who feel that it has not been done. Maybe due to paucity of time, you may not have asked the member, but by and large, members feel that you're doing it. I would request you continue doing it. This is a very, very good habit. How did you like our meeting? Type of question. Any doubts you have about what we have to learn? Yes. Next, please. Inviting guests to join. At the end of the meeting, the president should thank all the guests and welcome them to join the club after they have attended 3 meetings. If they have attended only 1 meeting, invite them again. Please join our meeting again next week. You will really benefit out of this program. Since 85–86% feel it's okay, then that's fine. Next, please. We go to the next one.
Yeah, we'll have the next.
Do you want to have any discussion on this? Because more or less it's all on the higher side, so I don't see the need to discuss. But if you
Members,
anybody,
please speak
Yeah.
up.
yeah, that is important for me. Yeah. Formal induction. So you do an induction ceremony regularly?
Yes. Just
Okay.
last week we did.
Okay. And we don't have pins to be handed. Manuals anyway is coming from TMI online. So I don't see any issue. But still you have 5 members feeling that it is not perfect. You need to know why it is not perfect. Formal induction is a member is introduced to the club and then inducted by the VP membership. Since it is something that you are doing, I suppose I still come back to General Evaluator Panna, who said maybe new members. Okay, next please. Assignment of mentor. I think 93% feel it's okay. If there is one person who has not got a mentor, please get in touch with your VPE and matter is closed. Good, next please. Education program and recognition system discussed. There is a little bit of a variety here. I think what you need to look at is satisfy the needs of these members. Ensure that it is a process which is done regularly, especially when somebody achieves something in the educational program, it has to be announced in the club. Certificates can be made by VPPR and sent on the club group. Okay, next please. Learning needs assessed. There is a little bit of variety here. As a club, when a member joins, you should be asking the member what is it that you're looking for in Toastmasters. And then you should tell them what is available in Toastmasters for them. This is very, very important. So generally we call for a discussion amongst the members. Since we are running short of time, I would request you to look at this one matter as to how you can ensure instead of 50%, 53%, all members feel the same. Okay. Next, please. Discussed accommodation for members with disabilities. Unless and until you have that type of a situation, it does not come in the picture. If you do have, please look into it. Since all are online, so I don't see this as an important matter to be discussed. Okay, next please. Speaking roles assigned. If the VPE does not assign members a speaking role, then all of you can start punching the VPE and say, why have you not assigned me? But then VPE has his or her own constraint saying that members don't agree, last minute they drop out, they will say yes on Monday and they will say no on Friday. This kind of situation VPE also faces. I suppose you should be looking at being proactive and saying, I'm going to speak in November, I'm going to speak in December time. Then the VPE finds it a little easy to run. Yes, please. Members involved in all aspects of club activities. If members feel that you're not involved, I would request the president to have regularly a business meeting of the club. You have 3 or 4 points as your agenda, and you also have any other matter as your agenda. That's where other members will be able to bring out their matters. And I think that will get covered in this. Because if they are not involved in all aspects, they should be informing the president or the committee what exactly they want. Okay. Next, please. We go to the third one. Guest greeted warmly and made welcome. Yeah, that is, I think, 87%. So we will go down. We will maintain that. Enjoyable and educational meeting plan. Not everybody is satisfied with what you have planned. Today's program, I don't know how many are going to be happy. This was such a boring program. We are not interested in this kind of a thing. We thought there'll be a lot of energy in the meeting. Oh, there is a lot of learning. I learned a lot of things today. Varied opinions will come as responses. Educational meetings should be planned well. Members should be informed much in advance so they anticipate something. Since 60% are with you on this, I think a little bit of effort from VPE and the president should bring down this difference. Yes, please. regularly scheduled social events. Now with the corona time that we went through, I don't see it something that we should be pushing for. But if you feel safe and secure, despite the corona still being present in our country, then I think it is time you meet, because not having met for a long time does not build our bonds. So you could all ask the president, we are coming to your house for lunch next Sunday, and we are having our meeting in your president, in your house. Mr. President, don't get upset. They will come with potluck. They will bring their own lunch. Okay.
Yeah, that is not an issue. And also for people who are apprehensive about speaking up, please do speak up right now, so that we can improve. And this is a place where I think so VMC should actually get 5 by all the members.
Yes,
we do that regularly, so please speak up if anybody has.
Yeah, if you don't have what we expect to have, then you should speak up. There is no point in giving less marks and keeping quiet.
I would like to say something. Actually,
Shilpa.
I assumed social events. I didn't assume it to have a outing, but I thought it's like having some online events and meetings that is more of interactive meetings rather than just normal our weekly meetings. So I gave points based on that basis.
Okay, a social event is where all of us meet. Then all of us can say, Anurag, oh, what excellent dishes your family makes. We're so happy to have come to your house, type of feeling. I think that is a bonding builder. Okay. Even if you don't have that kind, you can go to a restaurant somewhere, maybe, spend 2-3 hours together and discuss so many issues. Okay. That's something which is very important. Fellowship, my dear friends, is very, very important in Toastmasters. Otherwise, we lose link with members. Yes, please. Thank you so much, Shilpa. Members participate in area, district, and international events. You have the area contest, area events happening. I suppose all of you participated in that. You had the contest, you had club members taking part in the contest. Taking part in the contest is one thing, taking part in the event management is another thing. So I suppose your district directors and their team will be sending requirements for volunteers when it comes. Please do give your names, because the learning there is immense. So if some member feel that I am not a part of that, I think it is time you be a part of that. See, here it is not the club officers who help you, it is you yourself who involve in the area and district. But publicity by the club officers should be given to the club about what is happening. You talked about judges training program. I remember the very first judges training program we conducted in India. We had a phenomenal number of 7 participants, for which I was the person who was conducting it. Okay, we went through it anyways. So it's like that. Okay. So next, please. Inter-club events are encouraged. I think 87% are agreeing with you. If there are 2 people who are against that, saying that, oh, we should have inter-club meetings every week, not possible. You should be having it once in a way. Invite members from other clubs. You join other club meetings. See, like how I have come to your club meeting. It is just an inter-club meeting for me. I think since majority are with you, that is fine. Next, please. Club newsletter website. Yeah, there is a variety of information here that is missing. I think you need to look at this. Do you have a club newsletter? Yes or no?
No, till now we do.
Okay, so you can.
Yes, we used to have it at least 1 year back, but since 1 year we are not having any club newsletter.
Okay, so it is high time that you get back to that. Website, do you have a website?
Not yet.
No, we don't have a website.
It is very, very difficult to have a club website, because then you need a webmaster who updates. It is a full-time job. Somebody retired like me and capable like you to do all those things can be a webmaster. Otherwise, it is difficult. I don't have the ability to do it, but I have the time. So that's the difference. So at least club newsletter, best speeches of the month or best speeches during a particular time can be brought up. Messages from the district director or area director, events that have happened, those things can be brought up as newsletter. Okay. Next, please. Program and agenda publicized in advance. If you expect the Vice President Education to publicize the program agenda in advance, then you as members should help him or her. Because unless you agree and give your consent, what kind of a program will she do? So I feel this is the onus is on the members more importantly. However, the Vice President Education constantly should be sending messages on the group. Okay. Tag team still not yet ready, evaluator not ready, speaker not ready, Toastmaster of the day not ready. Okay, so you keep sending those messages, then probably you get a response. But here, agenda to be publicized is in my hand as a member. I should ensure that it is done. And I can help the Vice President Education by volunteering. Okay, it is not like I volunteer on Monday and then call out on Friday and say, I'm sorry, I'm not able to do it. That's dangerous. VPE will start crying. Okay, right. Next, please. Members know program responsibilities and are prepared to carry out all assignments. There are 8 members out of 15 who are not very sure about the program responsibilities. You should have one educational program about responsibilities of a member at a club meeting. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator of the day, each one's role, responsibilities, how they are supposed to play it. I think if you have an educational session, then it will take care of this. Or do you have something in your mind which needs to be addressed? Can you please bring up, because I have 8 members against not giving us 5 points.
So do you have anything, Amrish ji, Toastmaster Amrish, Toastmaster Shilpa, Reema, Krish, Anupam, anyone?
Yes.
Actually, normally club as well as area as well as division do organizes such orientation programs and all, so that members can learn what are the roles and what are the assignments that they can take. But members, it's so difficult to call them on regular meetings. They don't even join in for these special events. So that is why more or less members do not know much about the program responsibilities.
I can understand where you're coming from. There are 2 reasons members don't want to come for meetings. Okay, I don't want to take up responsibilities. One is they have to spend time to do preparation and they don't want to commit themselves. The second is members don't want to come for any of these special events only because what you have organized may not be the best person speaking. For example, I'm speaking today. I don't know how many of you are satisfied with what is happening now. So unless I get a feedback saying, Mr. Toastmaster Bosco, I think what is missing in your presentation is this, I will not know. So somewhere as members, we need to know what our responsibilities are in the program and attend meetings with that intention of being there and the confidence that I'm going to learn something. Not all the lecturers in our college gave us good information. I can still remember some of them who made me feel sleepy in class. But the information that was important was given to me. I didn't take it well. Okay, there are different ways of looking at this, but I think this matter should be discussed amongst you in the club. Okay, next.
I think Toastmaster Krish had something
Yes,
to add.
Krish. Yes, Krish.
Bosco sir, I just wanted to tell you that VirtuoMasters, given how much stress most of the members pay on quality, there are some here who will always vote for 4 because there is still some scope for improvement. So that is something to take into consideration. So I think we are doing pretty well. I think most of the club members, we are doing pretty well.
Wonderful.
But yeah, we can do better. I think that also can be considered.
Yeah. So
That's
when we are giving 5 points, we will say if you give 5 points, they're going to relax. Give 4 points, they'll work on it. Okay. So let's take 4 and 5 as 5. Okay, next please. All projects are manual projects. You have a different opinion here. I don't know why it is coming. Are you giving projects which are not part of pathways?
No, none of the speeches here are apart from pathways. We give in line with pathways.
So there must be some
variety, sir. It must be to bring in variety, nothing else. We have debates and those kind of things.
No, those are all projects are supposed to be manual projects. You have special meetings where you have debates, where you have discussion, group discussions, all those things. But when you say project speech, it should be from pathways. So tomorrow I come to your club and say, I want to give a speech on ceramics. That's my expertise. In what way is it a part of my pathway program? That should be questioned. If it is away from the pathway program, then it matter to be considered as important. Okay, next please. Meetings begin and end on time. There are 7 people who don't agree. Today's meeting is going to be one of those meetings where we did not end on time. I'm already confident because this program is something, Moments of Truth takes a lot of time. Okay, but otherwise, since like Krish said, we are already good. So 4 and 5 makes it 5. So 100% for you. Good. Next, please. Creative table topics. Yeah, I think you are on the line. I should join your regular meeting and be a part of your table topic sometime. Next, please. Positive and helpful evaluations. I'm so happy that everybody feels it is good. Please continue maintaining the same. Next, please. We come to the 5th one. Okay, your club strength is good. What is your current strength now?
Current strength is 24.
Okay, so you have always had more than 20. We will not discuss that because you're maintaining your strength.
And just, Bosco sir, just to show that this question was club has 20 or more members. People have still voted 4. I don't know why. So this just proves Krish's point that I don't know what scope of improvement over here they want.
Okay. Yeah. No, if there is somebody who has a doubt, nothing like asking. Toastmasters is a place where we make mistakes. So you're welcome. Members are retained. You have, okay, since you are already on 23, 24 members, I think to a very large extent, you're okay. Let me share with you that the attrition rate in Toastmasters is around 35%. So if you are within 35%, then nothing to worry. If you are beyond that, then you have to be concerned. Okay, so let's not worry about that now. Promotion of club in the community or within its organization. Since yours is a community club, I think there is a lot of a challenge in this. How to promote your club? Bring a friend meeting, bring your spouse meeting, bring your enemy meeting, bring your son or daughter meeting, bring your son or daughter's parent meeting. You can have so many varieties. Okay, this is where you do promotion. Since there is a little bit of variety in the opinion here, I think you should look at it seriously. Okay. Yeah, club programs varied and exciting. Majority feel so. If you feel that the club meetings are not exciting, then you should be asking why. The 2 very important persons in a club's meeting are the Toastmaster of the day and the general evaluator. If they are not good, then meetings can go haywire. If the Toastmaster of the day is new, ensure that you have a very senior, capable general evaluator. If the general evaluator is going to be new, ensure that the Toastmaster of the day is a very senior Toastmaster. This way you can balance your club meetings. Okay. Toastmaster sponsoring new members are recognized. If you're not recognizing them, please start doing them. Today, I'm happy to inform that Shilpa joined us as a new member, and I thank Milind for introducing her to the club. This is how it is done in our club. Okay. Next, please. Because there is not much of discussion on that. It's just an action. Regular membership building programs. I don't know if you are doing the Speechcraft program. If you are able to do a Speechcraft in your club, then get members from outside to join. This is one very good tool we use in most of our Toastmasters club. The other is to have a youth leadership program. If you need any help in that, I can help you, because I do regularly youth leadership program for school and college going children. And when you have the final program, that day their parents are invited to join that program, and that's where we showcase our meeting, telling them what we do as Toastmasters. This is one of the ways of club building programs. I think you have a spread here. You need to discuss amongst yourself as a club how we can go ahead. See, this is not in the hands of the club officers alone, it's in the club of every member. Okay, next, please.
I think distinguished Toastmaster Panna has something to add.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, the first one you said was speech crafting program, yes?
Yes.
What was the second thing that you suggested? The second
Youth, it's called the Youth Leadership Program.
Youth leadership program, okay. Okay.
Now, the third one is the Gavel Club. You can sponsor a Gavel Club where
We do have a Gavel Club, what you Gavel Club. So we do have that. But the youth leadership program can be looked into. We can.
It's a beautiful program. I have trained over 1,000 children on youth leadership program.
Right.
Okay, it's a fantastic tool you can use to get children into, and you can get them into your Gavel Club later. Okay, Gavel Club is a long drawn for them. This youth leadership program is an immediate effect on them. Okay, thank you, Panna. Next, please. Award application immediately submitted to World Headquarters. If there is any delay on that, please ensure it is done. VPE becomes an important person in that. Okay, fine. Next, please. Program chart. What you should be doing is have names of members on one side and what levels they have completed, and regularly keep updating it, and at every meeting show it to the club. This is the levels you are in. If you can add dates to their completion, it will be very good. So progress chart of a member is known by the member. It is also should be known by the club. So that's what this particular slide talks about. Okay, next, please. Member achievements formally recognized. If there is a doubt on this, we generally say so-and-so has completed his path or her path. Maybe give a certificate. Nice to give mementos to members, send them a book or something. I was the Toastmaster of the month. Last month, I got a book come. It has reached me today. So the club gives you a lot of importance when you achieve something. Those are small things that you can give. Next, please. Club, district, and international leaders recognized. I was recognized. You had your area director recognized. Your division director, Sashwat, recognized. Krish was recognized. That means you are doing it. It's very good. If anybody gave 4, I think it is 5. Let's take it as 5. Okay, next, please. Club and member achievements publicized. 80% feel that so. This 2 also becomes part of 5. So if somebody new does not know about it, please clarify from your officers. Next, please. DCP is used for planning. Have you done your DCP for this term?
Yes, we have it with Toastmaster Rima. Can you please speak on it? Our Vice President Education. We have the Excel sheet with us.
We have already planned and we are working on it.
Okay.
The pathways. So we are going through it with the speakers and everything.
So the speakers are very important. Those who are going to achieve their levels. Okay, those are important persons. All the others will fall in place. Since 4 and 5 are together, I think you must be doing well. Good. That's it.
So Toastmaster Amrish had something to add. Toastmaster Amrish.
Yes, sir.
Yes, last time I have seen that the DCT goal has been prepared on the basis of Excel sheet, and we try to follow that also.
Okay.
And I think it is followed in every term. And this is within the EC, basically, when we discuss about the plan, who will achieve what. and who is the target speaker who will achieve that level of speech or anything. That may be the reason somebody has given 3.
Okay,
Because
okay. Is your club a President Distinguished Club? Yes.
Last year we were.
Yes, sir.
Last
year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
This year
Last
also,
year.
you have to say this year also we will be.
Yes.
Yeah, in progress, work in progress.
Okay, with that we finish all the slides, right?
Yes.
Okay, so fellow Toastmasters, first of all, what is very important to know is there are certain points that has to be discussed. You don't have much time today. I would request you kindly do it sometime after your meeting or have a special business meeting and discuss these issues so that you are able to settle it. That is the first point. The second thing which I wanted to share with you is my first visit to the eastern part of the country was when I came to start a Toastmasters Club in Burdwan. I spoke from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. about what Toastmasters is, what are the roles of the officers, what are the roles of the club, what are everything about Toastmasters. I spoke to them and we started a club, we chartered it. That was my first visit there. Then I visited the Calcutta Toastmasters some years later. Subsequent to that, I have not come to the wonderful place called Kolkata. So if I'm able to come, I hope I'll be there. That is the first thing. Secondly, thank you for inviting me to be a part of your program today. Moments of Truth, my dear friend, gives you a lot of indication about how healthy your club is. To me, your club seems to be healthy, and that is a very good sign. You can put your right hand out, keep your palms facing up like this, and then touch your left shoulder and say, good job done, good job done, good job done. Okay. And if you need me at your club at any time, I'm more than willing to join you. The only challenge I have is my club meeting starts at 5:30. And right now, I didn't even have much time, but thank you for inviting me. And I'm looking forward to hearing good things about your club. Greetings of District 121 and District 92 from my part of the world to all of you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Bosco, for conducting this session in such a wonderful manner. The only thing that I would like to highlight is that VirtuoMasters Club was sponsored by Calcutta Toastmasters Club as well.
Okay.
So if you were there, then we also had a lot of members from Calcutta Toastmasters Club in our VirtuoMasters Club when we chartered this club.
No, I'm talking about years back when Calcutta Toastmasters class started. I'm talking 2007, 2008, when I used to come. That's a long, long time back.
So, sir, we also have a long time back. We have a veteran with us. We have distinguished Toastmaster Satyadeep Basu. So, can I please ask him to share a few words? I think he knows you from quite a long time. So,
yes, sir.
Distinguished Toastmaster Satyadeep. Yeah, I think there might be some network issues at his end.
He's there, but yeah.
So, lastly, I would ask our division director, Toastmaster Chris, to please share a few words, and for our regional advisor, distinguished Toastmaster Bosco.
Past
regional advisor, sorry.
I'm really happy that Bosco sir was able to come here. I've heard of you in different forums, and as soon as the poster was released, it came as a surprise to me that you decided to spend time with us. I'm very happy that we were able to get your insights today. So thank you very much, sir. And you have given us that slim hope that whenever you want, call. And some of us have heard it, noted it. So please be aware. We will be troubling you more often. But thank you very much, sir.
I will definitely join you. My promise remains. Thank you. Thank you very much for being a good audience, and I wish you all the best in your Toastmasters journey. Remember, Toastmasters is a place where we think, we listen, and we speak. Thank you for listening and thinking about what has to be done. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And this is what I love to do. As Toastmasters, we all look to this world to become a better place. Our country needs people to speak up the right things. I join you very soon when the opportunity arises. God bless you all and wish you all the best.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Bosco.
Yeah.
Can we have a huge round of applause for him?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, yeah. See you sometime later. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. With this, we come to an end of our Moments of Truth session. And now we'll be having our normal session. We only have one speaker. So I would like to give this podium to a very, very creative person in the house who has just joined our Toastmasters fraternity, but has made her delivered her roles in such a manner that she has won hearts in every club wherever she goes. And tomorrow she'll be doing the Toastmaster of the day at Globetrotters Toastmasters Club from 10:15 a.m. So without much further ado, can I ask the most creative person at VirtuoMasters Club, Toastmaster Shruti Bhartiya, to please take over the podium as the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, dear President, for introducing me. Well, honesty is the best policy, but like every policy, it needs an appropriate time to be delivered, and it needs to consider the people to whom we are being honest to. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear General Evaluator, and our dear guests. I am your Toastmaster of the day, and my theme is truth. Well, truth, honesty, reality. Truth is something that we have been ignoring of late. Due to our consistent ignorance of the truth, the farm laws had to be withdrawn because the stakeholders were not taken into account. We are plundered with facts and figures. We have the WhatsApp University teaching us to more photographs, to give unresearched articles, so that the truth is completely misguided. Perhaps we take the side of lies because they are easy. You just put one stick out, a little matchstick of a lie, and then it spreads like a rumor. Truth is, on the other hand, difficult. It has to be handled tactfully. So, considering in the numerous ways that we have to handle truth, my dear fellow Toastmasters, when do you think we should tell the truth? Would our president tell us when is the best time to go for the truth?
When you don't get beaten up. So at that place, you can say the truth.
I was. So the best time to tell the truth, according to me, would be maybe when you are going for a new relationship. Say, for example, you snore and you are scared of darkness. So you don't tell the other person that you are afraid of these two things. You are afraid of darkness or you snore, and the person comes to you, they help you, and they realize you snore, and then they leave you, and you are just left alone in the darkness. So would Toastmaster Shweta share when we should be truthful? Toastmaster Shweta.
Yeah. When your heart says this is the right time to hook on and just say from your heart and speak the truth to the one you want to, you can go forward.
That was a really very insightful outlook into it. Well, Toastmaster is the best forum to be truthful in. It gives us the opportunity so that we can speak our heart out in the form of prepared speeches. It asks us to stand by the truth no matter how much pressure we face in the form of table topics. And it teaches us to face our truth, be it good or bad, in the form of our evaluations. Well, our army, our sergeant of truth, distinguished Toastmaster Panna Ray, is right here to tell us how important it is to share the truth and how she would be introducing us to the truth. So Toastmaster Panna Ray, when I asked her, when should we tell the truth? She told me that when it makes the maximum amount of difference. And she being my mentee, she had made a lot of difference in my life by guiding me in the most appropriate manner through my speeches and today's meeting as well. Over to you, General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Panama.
Let's keep it going for Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shruti. And I very much agree with what our President Anurag has said, that she is indeed a very creative person. I love the way you're treating your role, Toastmaster Shruti. Looking forward to a fantastic session ahead. Okay, everyone, my role is that of the General Evaluator. And the General Evaluator, yes, I need to speak the truth, but I need to speak the truth in the most kind and motivating manner possible, right? Because Toastmasters, as Toastmasters, we do not want to discourage anyone. We would just want to motivate and point them in the right direction. Today's general evaluation role will be supported by two more role players. One is the timer and one is the language evaluator. I would like to call upon the timer for today, Toastmaster Amrish Bhuwania, to introduce his role. Toastmaster Amrish, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am Amrish Bhuwania, timer for today's meeting. My role is to keep track of the times taken by every speaker on the podium. We have two sessions today. First is prepared speech section and second is evaluation section. We don't have table topics today, so the timing for prepared speech section is 5 to 7 minutes. And let me check if I can share my screen. Yes, I can share my screen. At 5 minutes, I'll show green card, 6 minute yellow card, 7 minutes red card, and there are 30 seconds grace on both the sides for the prepared speech speaker. For evaluation section, the time limit for evaluation section is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll set my green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red cards at 3 minutes, and there is 30-second grace on both the sides of the evaluation section. Thank you. Over to you.
Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Amrish for telling us the time criteria and also showing us how he'll be showing the timer cards. Now it's time for our language evaluator, Toastmaster Shilpa Agarwal, to introduce her role. Over to you, Toastmaster Shilpa.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Panna, ma'am. Today, I am the grammarian for the day, and I am also going to play the R counter role. So basically, as language evaluator, I'm going to play both R counter roles and the grammarian role. So as R counter role, my responsibility is to mark all the R's and the arms that are used by all the Toastmasters and the guest. And as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of all the misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words that are used during the meetings. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report upon when called upon by the general evaluator to do so. And it's also my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. Let me introduce the word of the day. Is my screen visible to everyone? So the word of the day is abrogate, which means it's a formal word that means to fail to do what is required by something, such as a responsibility, or to end or cancel something in a formal and official way. For example, citizens voted to abrogate the antiquated law. The company's directors are accused of abrogating their responsibilities. The synonyms for abrogate is abate, abolish, avoid, cancel, dissolve, invalidate, negate, null, nullify, repeal, roll back, strike down, vacate, void. I would recommend everyone to use this word as much as possible. And whenever someone will use this word, I will show as a thumbs up on my screen. That's all from me today. Over to you, General Vajra, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa. I think maybe most of the Toastmasters will abrogate using the word of the day today. It's a tough word indeed. But good, you have taught us a good word. Even I did not know the meaning and the usage. I hope I've used it properly. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpa, for introducing your role and for introducing such a wonderful word. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shruti.
Thank you, dear General Evaluator, and thank you for bringing the truth bomb that abrogate is definitely a tough word for this meeting. So now we have already come across the instances where we should tell the truth. But Gandhiji said that if you have to put one more cheek forward after getting one slap, I will tell you, pause a minute, take some seconds gap, see what the situation asks for, see if you have to say the truth, wait for some time, and then only say the truth. That will help you save your second cheek. So what would be the instances when maybe we should not tell the truth? Let me share one of mine. You should never share the truth when you have eaten your sibling's share of chocolate, because after that, the entire year you would have to compensate for the chocolate that you have eaten. Will guest Jay like to share when we should not share the truth or maybe wait for some time? Guest Jay?
I believe it depends on the situation. As you have already mentioned, telling truth every time may be injurious to your health.
Definitely. Last time, I told my parents that I am chilling instead of working, and then I had to hear for an entire month that you keep chilling and you don't work. Bad idea. No truth telling again. Would Toastmaster Amrish like to share us with all of the experience that he has had, and considering that he's a chartered accountant and an expert at hiding the financial truths, when it is best to not share the truth?
It is not that we are based in hiding the financial truth. We are trying to save the taxes of the client by legitimate means. It's not like we do anything for the sake of doing. Because since we are chartered accountants, we are expert in that field. We try to save that. Even I have suggested many clients how to save tax by investing money in different sectors also. And for personal life experience, what I personally feel, whenever you go home, don't tell all the truth of the day to wife. Otherwise, it can bring something good or bad to you. If she is happy, then say whatever, it is good or bad, it can be adjusted, but must watch her face. If it is getting adjusted, then till that it is okay. Otherwise, stop. Keep it for next day if necessary. Thank you.
So completely agree. So you are improving the image of chartered accountants in our house for sure. And same thing should be done for managers. You should never tell your manager that you don't have a lot of work at hand. They plunder you with a lot of work after that. So when I asked our speaker of the day today, when we should not go for the truth, she said, when the doctor has told you not to eat something and your friend is bringing that something, never tell your friend that something like that has happened. Now, before our speaker Toastmaster Rima takes over, I would like her evaluator to go and introduce us what she would be speaking about and what would be the objectives of the speech. So I would like to ask the president who the evaluator for Toastmaster Rima is.
It is Panna ma'am.
So requesting distinguished Toastmaster Panna ma'am to introduce herself and the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shruti. As mentioned, I'm the evaluator today for the speaker, Toastmaster Rima. Friends, my speaker today is going to deliver a speech from level 2. The project is Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn from different communication styles and not only to identify her primary style, but also to share the impact of her communication style on others. I will be evaluating the speaker on various points, but I will be specifically keeping an eye out to see the speaker is able to engage the audience with an interesting and well-constructed content. Timer, please note that the time criteria of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Wishing the speaker the very best, I will give my evaluation report when I call upon myself to do so. The mic is all yours, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, evaluator and general evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Panna ma'am. And I would sincerely request the Toastmaster who is going to speech today, Toastmaster Rima, to keep dropping truth bombs upon the people from other clubs so that they realize that we are giving them role plays and so they should as well. So Toastmaster Rima is going to deliver, as clarified by Toastmaster Panna's, Project 2, Level 2, Improving Communication Styles. So Toastmaster Rima, a lesson taught in silence. A lesson taught in silence, Toastmaster Rima. Please go ahead.
The most important thing in communication is to hear what isn't being said. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and your future Toastmaster. Communication is very important in our life. It not only helps us to express ourselves, but it also helps us to survive. Since my childhood, I have been a very talkative person. So to talk to me and to know about me, you simply just need to start a conversation regarding my favorite topic, food. But before that, if you ask me any question, you will only get direct answers. For example, Rima, you like this? Yes. Rima, are you going here? No. Rima, is it okay? Yeah, okay. Nothing after that. People used to think that I am very rude because I only used to answer yes, no, or maybe sometimes okay. But the moment they come to know about me, they be like, for God's sake, Rima, just be quiet. I still remember my first day at school and I met so many friends. My mother, when she came to pick me up, she was shocked because the whole class became my friend. When I was leaving from my class, I turned and waved to my class and said bye. The whole class waved back to me and said, bye, Rima. Even my class teacher was shocked. Academically, I never had a single complaint, but my respected teachers gave me a name. They used to call me Miss Chatterbox. During one parents-teacher meeting, my class teacher told my mother, Mrs. Stars, your daughter, she's very good. Apart from one thing, she doesn't stop talking. She always has something to talk about. Sometimes she doesn't even listen to us. And you all know Indian parents. The moment my mother heard that, she just gave me a stern look and started shouting at me in front of my class teacher. She didn't even listen what the teacher was saying, nor the praises, nor that I came second in class, as she was busy shouting at me. According to her, I abrogate my responsibilities. I could have come first in class if I would have talked less. My teacher was looking at me with pity eyes, and I was staring at her angrily. Now I guess you all get to know that from where I got the habit of not listening to others. My mother and I have some communication problem. Whenever she instructs me to do something, I just blankly stare at her and she gets very angry. For example, Rima, do that thing, keep that thing on that thing and bring that thing for me. Confusing, isn't it? So I go to my mother and I ask her, Mother, what do you want? She gets more angry with me. And then she does all the work by herself and starts grumbling. And then she says, Hey, meta kono kaj goche na. She means that this girl doesn't understand any work. But my friends, you all only tell me, if I am only confused, then what work I will do? Till now, I didn't get the meaning of that. So, like a good daughter, I used to sit quietly and I used to listen to my mom grumbling. And then, when she used to ask me, Did you understand? I used to just nod my head. But the truth is, till now, I didn't get the meaning of that and that. And this communication problem we are still having. I'm a very loving and jolly person, someone who loves to talk, who can start talking from a day till night. The topic will not end. So, my dear and near ones get very confused. When I talk, they be like, Rima, please be quiet. And when I don't talk, they be like, Rima, why are you not talking? Why are you so quiet? What to do? But when I'm seriously quiet, my friends become very serious because they understand that something might have happened. Because I'm not a girl who can stay quiet. Once I had a miscommunication with one of my close friends. The reason? Me talking so much. Sometimes I don't understand and I keep on talking and don't get it what to say and what to want. Same way, in one get together, I just cracked a joke in which my friend felt very bad. She didn't talk to me entirely that day. Later on, when she was leaving, she told me, You know what, Shrima? You're a very friendly person. We talk also a lot. But sometimes words can be hurtful and you cannot take it back. For a moment, I was quiet. I didn't realize that time that why my friend became quiet that very moment. But that time I realized that I did a blunder, I did some mistake. Her silence and those few words stuck in my mind. It gave me a lesson. From that day, I seriously be very careful while choosing my words and cracking jokes. You never know which word can hurt someone. See, talking is very helpful and it's very needed. But sometimes we need to understand the words we do not say, not the people say to us. Silence is also a way of communication, and we should understand that. Communication for people like me is very, very important because I'm a talkative person and I cannot keep quiet. But I should also understand that the silence is also a way to talk. What do you think, Toastmaster of the day?
That was a wonderful, wonderful speech, Toastmaster Rima. I had two insights from your speech. Number one, that one truth that you should not tell your mom is that she uses too much of that. And number two, that I am a very silent person myself, so I need to learn to talk from. So truth has a very related synonym called fact. Now, what is the difference between truth and fact? Truth is something that is relative to a person. So they can have certain amount of belief about a person, place, thing. Fact comes when you add absolute to this truth. So absolute truth is fact. For example, there was a time when the church believed that the sun revolves around the earth. The supremacy of the earth was indisputable. Now comes Copernicus. He decides that no, the facts are telling me that the earth revolves around the sun. And it was treason at that time. So the belief of a church opposed the facts that were present, and it took at least 100 years for the truth to come out. No doubt, that's why Gandhiji says, there's only one voice that I listen to. the only one tyrant that I listen to. That is the small voice in my mind. Even if that voice is the minority, I will humbly take up the courage to speak about it and stand up for that minority. My dear Toastmasters, these days there have been multiple incidents where the truth has been silenced. Very recently, a news channel that was very much up for speaking the truth for the entire country was brought by the opposition forces so that it could be silenced, so that we might not know what is happening, but we are going to stand up for the truth. Meanwhile, while we are thinking what is the absolute truth of our lives, let me entertain you with some very weird truths that I came across the internet and I was marveling why do they even exist. So, fact one or truth one, just a minute. So fact one is competitive art was used was a sport in Olympics at one point of time. Now, does anyone know what is the 1 minute? National animal of Scotland? Anyone?
Rima.
I know about India. It's tiger.
What?
Cow.
For
Maybe
India,
I don't know about
cow. Okay.
No,
It
no,
is the
no.
most
I know.
bizarre thing you can imagine.
Okay.
It's a
Bear,
unicorn.
bear.
Unicorn. It does not exist.
Unicorn.
Unicorn, does it exist?
No, it does not exist. So it is a truth, but it does not exist.
Okay.
Then the Japanese people have found a term for the act of eating when you don't want to eat, because they think that your mouth is very lonely. So that term is called kuchizamishi. Now, I have done this quite a number. Kuchizamishi. So I have done this quite a number of times. So I am a very kuchizamishi person for sure. Then and there is a fruit. There's a fruit that tastes like chocolate pudding in Latin America. Like I would really, really, really request someone to please go to Latin America and get that. And everyone else.
It will be a chocolate only. They are just telling it a fruit. I'm telling you, it is a chocolate only. They are just naming it. It's a fruit. Now you believe it or not.
So now, since we have like digressed from the topic of truth, let's get back, because now our very dear general evaluator is there with her army of people to tell us so that we can improve, because truth is one important factor that we need to improve upon and that we are ignoring these days, so that we might not improve, or some people are not considering. So over to you, general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Panna ma'am.
So much Toastmaster of the day.
Shruti, I was really, really enjoying your sessions and your trivia sharing that you were doing. Fantastic job. Okay, first I would like to call upon the evaluator for Toastmasters Rima's speech, that is Toastmaster Panna. So good evening, everyone. And a special good evening to our speaker, Toastmaster Rima. Toastmaster Rima, let me first share with you what I specifically loved about your speech. Your speech was so humorous. I felt like it can be used in the humorous speech contest. Please sit with your mentor with the speech, bring in a few more funny anecdotes, and it can go ahead as a humorous speech contest material. Yes? So that was very well done. Your expression and voice modulation was very good and in sync with the content. Whatever you were speaking, the way you were speaking it, it brought everything alive, and it was such a pleasure to listen to you. You used the word of the day. That is a very difficult thing to do as soon as you hear it. And kudos to you on translating one Bengali line that you used. many of us forget it when we are giving our speech. Forget that we forget that many in the audience might not know Bengali. So very well done, Rima. Well, Rima, I'm an evaluator and today I'm here to speak the truth, right? So let me give you a few pointers about how you can give better speeches in the club. First of all, Rima, may I know who's your mentor?
For this speech, it's Anurag.
Toastmaster Anurag. Okay, Toastmaster Anurag, please don't mind. Today we had the moments of truth where we were asked whether we are giving speeches according to the manual. Toastmaster Rima, your speech was understanding communication style, and you gave a fantastic speech where you understood your communication style. But unfortunately, you have not followed the manual. Have you? Have you read the manual? Have you read the manual? I want a verbal response, please.
Yes, I read.
Have you done the assessment of which is your communication style?
Yes.
What did it come across?
It came that the some of the points which like supportive, then initiative, like this sort of
Yeah,
points
what
were
was
being
your
given.
communication style?
Initiative, like talking,
Okay.
supporting, and
Right. So the project criteria was you have to say what is your communication style and its impact on others. So if it is initiative, you have to bring about in your stories, in your support material, how your style of communication is initiative and how it has an impact on others who you're communicating with, right? So that was your communication, that was your project criteria, Rima. I wish you had followed your project criteria. So if you don't mind, please repeat this speech with those differences, right? I'm not forcing you, I'm just giving it as a suggestion, okay? Secondly, I know the red is up, but I want to give as much as I can. Second thing, Rima, this type of speeches are very conducive to using quotes. So when you use quotes, it brings it alive. So maybe in the beginning you tried to use a quote, but you did not name the person. So that value of the quote goes, right? And the third thing is, please try not to wear red when your red is your background. It's a very small point, but we as speakers need to be careful about what we are wearing, what we are saying, how our hands go, how we look, okay? It is a small point, but please take care because contests are coming up. I want you to keep that in mind. So a very humorous speech, very good expression, voice modulation, use the word of the day, you translated the line. If only you had used more quotes, not used red and red, and followed the speech criteria. Rima, I'm sure this speech itself will give you kudos everywhere. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So thank you, evaluator and general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Panar ma'am. So I think we should proceed with the further ancillary reports now and the role of the general evaluator as well, right?
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. I completely forgot that I have to do that too. Yeah. So for that, I would like to call upon our timer for today, Toastmaster Amrish, to give us the timer report. Over
Thank
to
you,
you,
ma'am. The time taken by our only speaker, Toastmaster Rima, is 6 minutes 57 seconds. And time taken by only evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster DTM Panna is 4 minutes 7 seconds. I was confused whether it is general evaluation section or a normal evaluation section. Thank you. Over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrish. I could have broken it up like that. I could have, yes. But I got carried away. I'm so sorry. I've not been in touch with Toastmasters for some time, no? So maybe I need to come regularly to the sessions. Now it's time for the language evaluator, Toastmaster Shilpa, for her report, please.
Thank you, ma'am. So the starting with the word of the day that was used by Panna ma'am, Anurag, and Rima. As for the ahs and ums, Toastmaster Amrish have used one and one long pauses. There were few long pauses, and Toastmaster Shruti used multiple ahs. Toastmaster DTM Panna was flawless, and Toastmaster Rima was flawless. Now for the English usage, there are few that can be used in a better way as my understanding. So there is like truth is completely misguided can be said as truth is not well guided. I would like her evaluator could be said as I would request her evaluator. There will be 30-second grace could be said as there will be 30-second grace. In one get together can be said as in one of the social events. So that's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa. Request everybody to give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Amrish and Toastmaster Shilpa for doing such wonderful roles. Now it's my time to evaluate the session as a whole. The Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Shabuni. Toastmaster Shabuni, it's always such a pleasure to listen to you. It was not your fault, but the meeting started at 4 minutes past 4. Not your fault at all if people don't join on time. You mentioned all the taboos and read out the mission statement. Fantastic. You started on a positive note. You have a very sweet smile. Can you please accompany it with a you have a sweet smile. Can look up sometimes so that we can connect with you. Okay, you are looking down. Your voice is sweet, but you are not looking up at us. Your introduction of the president was fantastically done. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster Shabuni as the Sergeant at Arms. President Anurag, I wish all clubs have a president like you. You know why? Because we as members feel motivated and encouraged to join the meetings when our president encourages us, greets us with a smile and encouraging words. Very well done. I love the way you congratulated everyone who finished the judges program. You motivated and encouraged members and introduced people also very well. And another thing I really loved was your informed and detailed introduction of the person conducting, the DTM Bosco. Fantastically done. See, when we ask, I'll share to everyone here, when we request an introduction to a distinguished Toastmaster, someone who's done a lot of things, they send pages and pages of written material as the introduction. We, as someone who's doing the introduction, we tend to, skip a lot and shorten it as far as possible. But the person is there in the meeting, right? Will he feel good if it is shortened that much? I have been a culprit many a times when I have just shortened someone's introduction. But I could see distinguished Toastmaster Bosco's face when Anurag was doing the introduction. He was feeling so good. So Anurag, this is a fantastic quality that you have to make everyone feel good. Please keep it up. Maintain it, take it forward. And I'll tell you, your wife will be a very happy wife because you will carry it forward to her. Very, very, very well done. And I love the way when it came back to you, you introduced the Toastmaster of the day so well, so that she also got energized to conduct her session. So everyone, please, one big round of applause for our President Toastmaster Anurag. Toastmaster Shruti, this is not because you are my mentee. I have not done nothing to guide you over today's role, but your role today was super, really. Do a great job tomorrow also like this. I wish you do this topic over there or do it in some other club because it's fantastic, so interesting. Whichever club has a moments of truth, go and do this role over there. Only suggestion, Toastmaster Shruti, when you say I'm the Toastmaster of the day, maybe one more line about who is a Toastmaster of the day. I mean, what is your role? Because we have guest Jay, who may not know anything about Toastmasters. Okay, he's joining it for the first time. So just say I'm the Toastmaster of the day and I'll be the host or the MC for today's meeting. Just that one line. That is the only thing missing in your role today. Otherwise, kudos. Superb done. And Toastmaster Shilpa, Toastmaster Shruti had also used the word of the day. Didn't you, right?
I was just thinking that Shruti, I think Shruti have used, but I was confused. Like I was not very sure. But
No worries. No worries. She did it very well. And that's my role for today. Over to you, President Toastmaster Anurag Jain. I was told I have to hand it over to you. I don't.
Okay, thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Panna, for such wonderful general evaluation, for such kind and generous feedback that you gave to all of us. Toastmaster Shruti, do you have any closing words or I should proceed?
All I would like to say is that stand by the truth, no matter what, no matter how hard it is, even if you are the last person standing. যখন কেউ ডাকে কেউ না আসে তখন একলা চলো রে মানে when you call people and they don't come, go alone, but stand by the truth. That's it from my side. Over to you, President.
Can we have a huge round of applause for the quote that Toastmaster Shruti just shared with us? Something extremely motivating for us to stand by our principles. Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. I wish you all the best for your tomorrow's role as the Toastmaster of the Day at Globetrotters Toastmasters Club. I hope I can join in to cheer you up. Next, I would also ask the Sergeant at Arms to please share the voting link so that people can vote. I know we just have 2 to 3, we just have 9 people over here. Lastly, can I ask guest Jay to please give his feedback for the meeting? I do understand today it has become a bit late, but Jay, can you please give us a bit of a feedback? Jay, are you there? No worries.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jay. Yes, Jay, can you please share your feedback?
Yes, it was an enlightening session today, like moment of truth. So I had little idea of how this session progresses, but it was done very nicely and elaborately by DTM Thomas, I believe. Bosco, yes. Sorry. So I got to know a lot about the club, like how members rate themselves and their action and how they gel together. So and the points on which they abrogate. So it was a learning experience. It will help me to take a decision on being a member of this club. So good. And other than that, I really liked the Rima speech. It was a fun speech and I enjoyed listening to it. And there, after TMOD, Shruti was absolutely brilliant today. Got to know more about, like, she enlightened the better meanings of truth. So good. I really liked today's session and would like to be part of the next session as well.
Thank you, Jay. We would love to have you with us. I hope now maybe as a member later on for the VirtuoMasters family, you have been with us for multiple meetings and now you must have got a feel of how Toastmasters function. I'll get in touch with you offline. We also have our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Shweta, who might be joining, who might get in touch with you later on. Lastly, I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our Associate District Public Relations Manager, Toastmaster Shilpa. Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa, for joining in. And now coming back to what distinguished Toastmaster Panna said earlier of me giving such a big introduction. Friends, this is very important when given that Toastmasters International is a volunteer organization. People devote their time and effort and not expect any monetary benefit, at least in return. So that is the reason why I felt that we should be reading out the whole script, given that that person has put in that effort to share those scripts. And these people have started from club level and he went on to the regional level. So I think so he has done a great job and contributed a lot to Toastmasters fraternity. It wouldn't have been I wouldn't have justified his coming to our club had I shortened that script. And this is also a message for all of us here, for my new members of the club, that whenever a veteran Toastmaster comes in, pay him as much respect as you can. So I also would like to pay in respect for my distinguished Toastmaster, Panna Rashmi, for joining us after coming from America, maybe world tour, from Nigeria. No, not Nigeria, Niagara Falls. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Panna, for taking up the role of general evaluator. And can I have the results with me, Toastmaster Saboni, if everybody has voted?
Till now, only
the
four responses I have got.
Okay, so you share the results with me, no worries. And lastly, can I ask Shashwat to share a few words as the area director? Will you be able to? Or are you in your campus? I think so. He's still in his campus. So no worries. He's joining us directly from there. Okay, in class. Okay. So the best tag role player in the category of timer and language evaluator, Toastmaster Amrish has bagged the award as the timer for the day. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? And in the category of the Toastmaster of the day and general evaluator, who is it? Toastmaster Saboni, can you please? It is actually Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shruti, undoubtedly. So congratulations to both of you. I hope to see you all in the next meeting. The scheduler has been filled by the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Rima. Please keep a tab on it. We have it filled for the whole month of September. Do keep taking up roles. And the reason why I had one speaker speak today, because the contest seasons are coming in. And I request Toastmaster Shweta, Toastmaster Saboni, Toastmaster Shruti, and Toastmaster Shilpa to please complete level 2 so that you can participate in international speech contest. And if you are not getting slot in our club, we'll arrange it somewhere else. So be there at the same time next week with the same link. Till then, enjoy and have a happy week ahead. Bye-bye.